At the end of the day.
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 Today is Saturday, August 21st. And these videos, these are more for me than anything. They're practice. And I figured I'd practice doing something that I could also go back and look on, because I don't like the way they count COVID cases. Like, it's always a running total of the next day and the next day and the next day, which is super sketchy in some places. Because let's say for Texas and Florida, at least, we could have 100 cases today, but then they'll say 15 of those were from previous days. So the real count for today would be 85. Yeah. But then maybe a few days from now, or basically they do this every day. So even tomorrow, they can say we have 115. Let's go 110 new cases today. And say 18 of those were from previous days. We just had some counts in. So then we really have more cases than, what is that? 92? That's really 92 cases. So if every day we're giving an inaccurate count, and then we're just doing a running total, as someone who's taught math for many years, I know it's a difficult subject for people. For something with only 10 digits, that's what all math is. It's fiddling with 10 digits, some symbols, but it's 10 digits. And for all these 10 digits it can get very confusing. So if you just stack it on top of each other, it's hard for people to really decipher what is really happening. They just see the numbers getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like, so what? The numbers are getting bigger. That's usual. That happens every day. But what they should be telling us every day is how many more new cases. Because we've been at this for months now. So for today, we have 45,371 new cases. And remember what I said, that just about every day they like to give us cases that were, the results were from before, so they gave us retroactive cases. So this should be an at least, because if we're going to find out cases that happened today, but we're going to find out about them later, this is an at least. They say it's a 18% decrease, but also note that we are testing less. We have less testing. I mean, it's what the president wanted to do. He said it.
So I said to my people, slow the testing down, please.
So we slowed the testing down, and the results are coming back a week to 2 weeks later. I know COVID effects can last up to a month and even longer for some people. Those who have it are going to be in bed. They're going to be like, I got it. But those who have it and don't know they have it, like asymptomatic, they're going to be like, oh, I feel fine. I don't need to go get the test because why am I going to wait 2 weeks? I feel fine. So, why bother get tested? So therefore, there's less positive cases, new deaths. That's the one that I say is the best marker because you can't hide the bodies. Now, it's up again. It's at 1,128 at least. And again, I say at least because people are dying at home in some places. It's for fair to go to the hospital. That's their response in certain states have made. Not an advertising. Response in some places have made some people skeptical about even going to the hospital, even if they're seriously ill. So people are dying. And I mean, and I also know some people are like, well, they're marking everything as a COVID death. A doctor might be inclined to think that perhaps that this patient who was otherwise doing relatively well or decent up until this other ailment was introduced into their bodies, it was perhaps this other ailment that was the cause of their death. Now, as much as some would want to diminish the coronavirus 19, COVID-19, needs an actual name. That's an argument to perpetuate that their family member or whomever was supposed to die of that thing, or actually died of that thing that they had before, all of a sudden, and that COVID had nothing to do with it. It's like, okay, so all these different ailments, these people would have just dropped off like that. And the fact that they contracted COVID had nothing to do with it. That is the argument. I'm not taking it. It says down 2%. With people dying at home, that's either people dying at home that we haven't counted retroactively yet. That count could be a little more stable than we understand, or higher, depending. Well, it's been Saturday. I'm gonna do some crap. Go check my plants.